Up.
Listen to a lecture in a music class.
Today, we'll talk a little about the early history of opera. The earliest opera that we have a record of is Jacopo Peri's Eurydice, written in 1600 for the court. The libretto, or the text of the opera, was written by Ottavio Rinuccini, and the story was based on the ancient tale of Orpheus, who tried to rescue his dead lover Eurydice from Hades, the underworld as told in Ovid's Metamorphoses. This opera involved very light accompaniment, which means that there were very few instruments used. As well, the opera used something called a recitative. This is a musical technique where words are sung in a manner that imitates everyday speech. You'll notice recitative as being the parts between arias. Recitative is useful for helping to carry the story forward. Opera continued to develop, and a significant step was taken by Claudio Monteverdi in 1607, when he wrote his masterpiece, Orfeo. Compared to earlier operas, Orfeo featured a bigger overall sound as the orchestra was expanded. Like Peri, Monteverdi composed for the royal court. In 1637, the first public opera house opened in Venice, so operas became open to the public. Tickets were sold, and everyday people could watch an opera. These early public operas often involved humor mixed with tragedy. However, many people criticized this mix as being distasteful. From the 1720s to around 1770s, opera seria was popular. It had a story based on serious subjects from myth or history. One important innovation of opera seria was its emphasis on great singing. Because opera seria involved long arias, it required talented singers. Operas of this type tended to be very spectacular, both vocally and visually. The most famous composers of opera seria include Alessandro Scarlatti, Vivaldi, and Porpora.
1. What is the main topic of the lecture? 2. Who was the audience for the very first operas? 3. What is significant about Jacopo Peri's Eurydice? 4. Indicate whether each of the following is true about opera seria. Tick in the correct box.